now a while ago, I guess it's 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, there was a lot of media publicity about this subscription, not subscription. Can you tell us how was it to be on the inside once you saw PC Gamer, you saw a lot of big news outlet essentially taking a small sentence from a Mania Planet forum, boosting it out instead of telling people about the overall view of the game and how it felt and such?
Yeah, it's it's for myself. It's funny somehow
Yeah.
because it's just like it's life. It's not about you have Black Lives Matters, you have Me Too, you have this kind of stuff. You have some sort in microtransactions world things that you can question about or this kind of stuff. But our business model is not at that level of controversy. Let's say I exaggerate, of course, and it's a slippery way. But when I say funny, it's because I know that it was just people were afraid of we keep the credit card informations or the idea of this subscription. I understand, myself too. When you subscribe to something and you don't even use it, but the payments they continue to go, and it's not the idea, because when you pay there, you will pay and then you play. And if you stop to play, the payment will stop. So don't worry about this administration issue somehow. And it was a way to reassure people in a forum, in a line, made quickly, because I had to explain to them it's not a traditional subscription. It's not exactly that. So it's kind of funny. What is a little annoying is that that some people will not react like that. So it's you feel a little sad. But anyway, when you're right somehow, bottom at the end of the day, I don't say I'm not trying to say it's a good model. I just say that this controversy was not so fair, let's say, not that much. So when you say, you're right, it will help people to have the debate, let's say. And the positive aspect of what happened is that they had to dig into it and not only stick the idea that it was a subscription, it's just, okay, subscription. No, they had to dig why we did it, what is really a subscription, what are the motivation behind. And we have educated a lot of people inside the regular players about this. And they have been like the best advocate of the system after. And so I just can be happy of that. Because I've seen, like, when you answer to Schroeder or to Stroud something, I say, I don't know too much. Hey, what is a good racing game? And then
Yeah.
everyone Trackmania comes and they like it. It's kind of the thing we wish to do somehow, is to come in Lyon, to talk with the core player and to explain things, and because we know that these people are the best to have the voice. You see, when you go to the press, what they do somehow at that moment, so it's just a proof that having people that understand deeply, and they are not in the business of just making impressions, let's say, which is it's understandable. I mean, I love, for example, Sterling. He's funny. He have some fights. I have no problem against the guy, and he's making an audience out of it. So I have, even in our case, I have nothing against him at all. It's just business somehow, and he's trying to make a better business than some others sometimes. So it's good. We are doing also business. So it's not a problem. It was a natural chapter, and it happened, and I'm happy it did. And so the question is seen before the release. Move on. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was incredible to see how much the community defended. Went to every sort of Twitter thread, defended people who say that this was a bad. They say no, it's not bad. It's not. So the community is really passionate about defending this new game. For the boss, how does it feel to see the community being so defensive about it, so hyped about it? I mean, it seems like the Trackmania community is gathering up now to defend this game, to believe in this new Trackmania game.
I should say that Kotaku, they did something right, because they came back really in a positive way, thanks to the community, and we should also emphasize like good behavior that in that aspect. The community behind the game, I think there's three things. Like I think we are making a better job, and this is why also players are more behind. And it's good to see that when you do the right job, the people are here. So that's one part. The other thing is, I think the somehow decrease of Trackmania is behind, and it changed a lot of the mentality, because when it started to decrease, for many reasons, we have to close some sort of free access because of crisis, or other online games very popular, League of Legends arrived and make competitions because we were kind of before the others in that mood. The mentality in decline is to try to find culprit, who are the people, who are the bad guys that made it happen. But then they can fight against Riot if they want, because they did it happen somehow. But not us, we are always behind the game, trying to do our best. It doesn't mean that we do perfectly, but we do our best, our motivations. We believe in Trackman more than anybody. So nobody has the right to say that we don't believe in our game, or to like the idea that we believe in our game. And the third thing is that we need to remember, I think that when we learn out of history, what happened, I hope that people will acknowledge somehow that this is somehow dangerous waters. When people, they start to criticize, they want to explain why things are bad, or because people have different motivations. And I think that the motivations are still a risk. When we talk about esports, for example, the question of cash prize is very sensible for many people. And it can bring people to somehow disagree. Okay.
Yeah.
And then to start some sort of fights, trying to battle for things. And sometimes without even understanding the deep core questions. I've seen this question raised about cash prize recently. And giving the example of what Zerator achieved alone, but he did it without cash prize. He made one of the biggest room, for esport in Europe that ever happened, without that. So somehow the debate is deeper than going simply to straight conclusion, And this debate, I have it a lot since Bercy in 2006. I created the game and been at Bercy 15 years ago. So I've seen many questions, many debates. I've been in seminars with the top esport organizer of the world from 30 different countries for weeks, with ESWC. I've been with ESL. I've been with WCG. I've discussed with so many people in esports in France for years. I've attended to many competitions, watched so many, and think about the ecosystem. And I've been behind more than probably any developer in the world. The experience of I don't say some companies that not necessarily behind, not going to the game. The core thing I take out of it is to try to create stability for the game, for the competitors, and not trying I'd say Heroes of the Storm, when they put a lot of cash prize and then they stop the competition, or rules that will break teams that have been created because they have decided to make a closed league, or this kind of stuff. I prefer quality, stability than fireworks. I don't know how to say.
Yeah.
And it's not a simple thing. I'm doing esports since 15 years, and each year you say, I know much more than last year. So it means something. So this debate, I hope that it will be done really open-minded, if people are really interested into having them, and that it's not going to start new useless battle.
Yeah.